besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth. So in today's video I'll be showing us how to cut and sew this trouser with side pleat. It's actually a beginner friendly project and it's easy to make. In under 5 minutes, trust me, you're done making this trouser. So if that sounds like something you're interested in learning, definitely keep on watching. So to make this trouser, I'm going to be using a crepe fabric and I have 2 yards with me here. To determine how much fabric you need to fold, you will divide your waist circumference by 4 plus extra 10 inches for the pleats at the side. But if you want your pleats to be fuller than mine, you can go ahead and add extra 12 inches instead of 10 inches I added. So my waist circumference is 32. That divided by 4 will give me 8 plus extra 10 inches for the pleat at the side. That will give me 18 inches. So I'm going to multiply that 18 inches by 2. That will give me 36. So I'm going to cut out 36 inches out of the whole fabric that I have. So the next thing is to go ahead and place my fabric on fold like so. And then I'm going to arrange it properly to make sure that it is equal on every side. So I came down from the top of my fabric by 1 inch and I connected that into a straight line. That will serve as my starting line. And from that line, I'm going to be taking all necessary measurements. So the first measurement I'm going to take is my crotch depth. So to get your crotch depth, you divide your waist circumference by 4 plus 1.5 inches. So my waist circumference divided by 4 is 8 plus 1.5 inches. That will give me 12. So I'm just going to place my tape on the starting line and mark 12 inches like so. And then I'm going to connect that into a straight line. Still placing my tape at the starting line, I'm going to take my full trouser length measurement. So my full length is 43 inches plus extra 2 inches for hemming allowance. That's 45 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark 45 inches. And then I'll connect that into a straight line and cut it out so I have a little piece to work with. So back to the top of the trouser. The next thing I'm going to do is to go in from one of the sides of the trouser by 2 inches, starting from the crotch depth line. So I'm going to go in by 2 inches all the way to the waist. And then I'm going to connect that into a straight line. So after that, I'm going to use my French curve to get the crotch curve. If you do not have a French curve, you can go ahead and use your free hand. As you can see here, I was not feeling the French curve, so I had to go in with my free hand to get the curve. From that 2 inches line that we marked earlier, I'm going to come down by 1 inch and then connect that to the top of the waist, just like you're seeing on the screen. After that, I'm going to go ahead and use my scissors to cut it out. Please pay close attention to how I'm cutting this so you do not make any mistake. So after cutting it, this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to set this aside now so I can work on the back piece. For the back piece, go ahead and fold it the same way you folded the front piece. So after folding it, then I'm going to place my front piece on it like so. And then I'm going to arrange it properly so that everything stays where they're supposed to stay. Next thing I will do is to go ahead and add 2 inches to the crotch area like so. And then I'm going to add that from the top all the way to the bottom of the trouser. And then I'm going to connect those points together. I also connect my crotch area and then draw out my crotch curve for the back. I'm so sorry my chalk is not visible, but I do hope you understand what I'm saying. So the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and cut it out like so. So after cutting it, this is what it looks like. I'm just going to go ahead and detach the front from the back piece, and then I'm going to make a mark so I can be able to tell which is the right side and which is the wrong side. So if you're working with a fabric that is hard to tell which part is the right side and the wrong side, just go ahead and make a mark so that you don't mix them up. So next I'll move on to the sewing part of this tutorial. So next thing I will do is to place the front piece right side facing each other like so, and then I'm going to sew the crotch area by 1/2 inch. Then 1 inch before you get to the end of the crotch area, you stop sewing. I hope you understand what I mean. Sew from the top up until 1 inch before the end of the crotch. So I'll go ahead now and join that together and then come back and show us what it looks like. So after joining the crotch area, this is what it looks like. That's the 1 inch I said we should leave earlier. So next is to take one of the back piece and then face it right side with the front piece and stitch it down by the side by 1/2 inch. So you take one part of the back and then stitch it with the side of the front by 1/2 inch all the way from the waist to the hem of the trouser. So after joining, this is what it looks like. I've gone ahead to press open my seams, and please note that the back crotch is still open at this point. You've not joined it together, so you are still going to leave the back crotch, and then you're going to take the whole piece this way. Make sure the sides are facing each other. The back crotch is facing one part and the front crotch is facing the other part. So the next thing I will do is to measure my waist divided by 2. So my waist is 32, that divided by 2 is 16. So from the front crotch, I'm just going to place my tape like so and then measure the 32 divided by 2, which is 16. So after getting that 16, you can make a mark there and leave it for now. So from the waist divided by 2 that we just marked, the point we made after taking our waist divided by 2, then we're going to measure what we have left, starting from that point. I repeat, you're going to take your tape and measure what you have left from the waist divided by 2 that we initially marked on the waistline. So for me, I have 10.5 inches left. And from that 10.5 inches, I'm going to subtract 1 inch for my zipper allowance at the back. So 10.5 minus 1 inch, that gives me 9.5. So the new 9.5 that I have, I'm going to divide that into 4 because we have 4 pieces making up this trouser. So that is why we're dividing that into 4. So I'm going to divide that into 4, and after dividing into 4, you go to the side of the trouser and measure inward by whatever you get after dividing by 4. So for me, I have 9.5. So 9.5 divided by 4, I'm going to get 2.37 thereabout. So from the side of the trouser, I'm going to go in towards the crotch area by 2.37 and make a mark there. I hope you get what I just explained. If you don't understand what I'm saying, just look at what I'm doing. So after making a mark, I'm just going to fold that mark just like so. I'm going to fold it like you're seeing on the screen right now. And when I get to the side of my trouser again, I'm going to return the fold. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Make a mark from the center, from the side of your trouser, from the side of the trouser, go in by whatever amount you get after dividing what is left by 4. After making a mark there, you're going to fold it inward towards the side of your trouser. And when you get to that same line on the side of the trouser, then you fold the fabric again and then you return it back towards the crotch area. Then you go ahead and pin it down. I really hope you understand what I'm saying. So you're going to repeat the same thing for the other part of the trouser. Every measurement is taken from the side of the trouser. So basically, you're going to mark whatever you get after dividing your leftover by 4. Mark it all the way from the side of the trouser towards the crotch area. Then you make a mark. After making a mark, you fold on that particular mark that you made, and then you fold it towards the side again. When you get to the same line, you're going to hold down your fabric and then return it back towards the crotch area, just like you're seeing. I think it's clear in this part, just like you're seeing right now. And then you're going to go ahead and pin it down to keep it in place. So the whole idea is just to create a kissing pleat at the side of the trouser. I really hope you understand that. You can see what we have. It's already looking like a kissing pleat. So whatever it is you do to one part of the trouser, you're going to do it to the other side of the trouser. Just follow exactly the same step. And after that, you're going to stitch down at the top just to keep it in place. You're going to stitch it down. So this is me repeating the same thing on the other side of the trouser because I really want us to get this. So from the side of the trouser, you're going to measure in by whatever you get after dividing your leftover by 4. So for me, I have 2.378 and then from that side, I went in by that 2.378 on both sides, as you can see. So after that, on that mark I made, you're going to fold it towards each other. Fold it in like towards you. After folding it, you take it towards the side again. When you get to the seam line on the side, you're going to hold down the fabric and then you return it to create a kissing pleating. Then you pin it down. So you repeat the same thing for the other side. So after stitching it down, this is what it looks like. It's already coming together. It's already looking like the picture on the thumbnail. So if you follow the step and you do it correctly, you are supposed to get this result you are seeing on your screen right now. So after that, you're going to fold it together. Fold the crotch area, the back crotch, fold it together like so, right side facing each other. And then to confirm if you're on the right track, you're going to place your tape on the front crotch line and then measure your waist divided by 2 plus extra 1 inch for zipper allowance. And if you did it correctly, you're going to get exactly your measurement. Trust me. So here I'm confirming again. My waist divided by 2 plus extra 1 inch for zipper allowance gives me 17. And as you can see right now, I have exactly 17. So if you follow this step and you do yours this way, you're going to get exactly the same result. So next thing is to stitch down the back crotch. And before then, I'm going to come down by 8 inches for the zipper allowance. And from that 8 inches, I'm going to stitch all the way down to 1 inch before the end of the crotch by half of an inch. So after joining that, this is what it looks like. As you can see, that's the 8 inches I left for zipper allowance and also the 1 inch I left at the bottom. So don't worry, you're going to understand why I left 1 inch in a minute. Just keep watching. So the next thing I'm going to do is to place the sides of the inseam. I don't know if you understand. The inseam of the trouser. I'm going to place them together like this, basically taking one part of the front and one part of the back piece and stitch them all the way down like so by half of an inch. But before then, I'm just going to turn the hem with 1 inch and further fold it in by another 1 inch, making 2 inches hemming allowance, because that's what I left while I was cutting my pattern. So I'm just going to fold that in and then I'm going to hem it. Then still going back to the inseam, I'm going to stitch down all the way from the top down to the bottom, and then I'm going to come back and show us what it looks like. So after stitching it down, this is what it looks like. I've gone ahead to stitch the inseam and also hem the bottom with the allowance I left while I was cutting. So to that opening I said we should leave earlier, this is how we're going to close that up. So you're going to take the front crotch and the back crotch like so, and then you're going to match the center of the opening to each other and basically stitch by half of an inch. So the secret behind this is to make the trouser sit well on the flap area, so it does not go in. When you wear it, it does not go in. Everything just stays flat and perfect. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. So I'm done stitching that down, and then the next thing I'll do is to go ahead and measure around my waist so I can cut out my band. Just go ahead and measure around your waist, whatever you have there, then use it to cut out your band. My band is going to be 1.5 inches in width, so I'm just going to cut a band of 4 inches, and on unfold is going to be 2 inches in width, and the length is going to be the length that I measured on my trouser. So this is my band. It's 4 inches in width, and by the time I fold it, it's going to be 2 inches. So I'm going to use half inch to stitch it to the waist of the trouser. Then I'll be left with 1.5 inches. So after stitching that down, this is what my trouser looks like. It's already beautiful. Everything is aligning the way it's supposed to, and I've gone ahead to fix my zipper. So this is what the outcome of our trouser looks like. So if you follow the steps correctly, yours should look exactly like this. And this is so simple to make, totally beginner friendly. In under 5 minutes, you're going to make this, And yes, so if you made it this far to the part of this video, thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscribe button below. Make sure you like this video, share with your fellow soulmates, and do not forget to turn on the post notification so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. See you in my next one. Bye.